fellow Americans. Thank you for being here with the greatest host of them all. He is fantastic. He is so great. I love this host, and everybody agrees with me. Welcome to the Dennis Herrera Show.
And welcome back to the Dennis Herrera Show. I'm over here playing, having a good time with my AI. It's not the best AI software, guys. It's not. But it's something that they're introducing into the software that I use to where I used to make my videos for my blogs. And so I think it's okay to give it a shot. Oh man, Ozzy, we're gonna give Ozzy some mud power. We're gonna give some mud power to Ozzy. Ozzy's been in the house for a while. So we want to allow people to go ahead and interact. I really want to give everybody a chance to call in and have a conversation. We have this whole no kings. Nobody wants a king. And I don't know of any king that we have here in the United States of America, but I can tell you that we do have a president that we have elected, as the majority of the Americans' will is being served as we speak. Robert, how are you? Billy Bob, back in the house? Billy Bob still hanging in there? What's up, Brian? What's up, man? Man, I got some bad news, guys. Good and bad news. Which one do you want to hear first? The good news or the bad news? I got a few. I got a few of each, I think. Somewhere, a few of each. What do you want first? You want the good news or the bad news? I know what I always choose. I always choose the bad news first and then the good. But I will allow you guys to vote in. What do you want to hear first? You want to hear the bad news or the good news first? This is probably something that I would just share with my members only. Yeah. So here's the bad news. The bad news is all I needed was one vote. One vote. One vote. The bad news is that I cannot enroll in May to run for governor. It can't happen right now because there is no runnings for governor this year. And the way that it works is I have to wait until the year of election, meaning 2028. That's the bad news. And more bad news is that I called the Republican Party committee. And I'll be honest, I already knew what they were going to tell me, but definitely not what I thought they were going to tell me. Now, let me tell you what the problem is here, okay? The problem is not the information. The problem is, it's not even a problem, and I'm okay. Whew, some pressure just left my chest when they say that I have to wait until the actual year where people vote. So that means that I have, well, this is the good news part. I'm still in the bad news. And then the bad news is that when I was talking with the person on the phone, she probably thought I was some crazy guy because I'm not a Republican. And politics is politics, and this is why I am not a politician. So I'm sharing the information here because there's a lot of Democrats that come in here, and I want you to understand how things work, how we want to do things, and well, this is the bad news about it, that I was listening to everything that the person was telling me on the phone, and I said, yeah, I know that. Yep, I know that. Yep. I know that. Yep, I got it. I know that. And she said that, of course, nobody knows me. I get it. That's, of course, nobody knows me. And she says, so how have you always been Republican? And I said, no. I'm actually a Democrat. But I don't vote on the person. I vote on the policies. So I started telling her, all this information. And she says to me at the end of all the information that I gave her, and she says, well, this is horrible. Let me just cut it short. I felt like there was no interest of trying to qualify somebody by their heart, by their belief on the system needs to be changed, on this and that, right? And I'm just like, okay, well, number one, I don't give a shit what you think, but I'm listening, right? And then it sounded like they just weren't interested. She says, there is what they say, bigger fish in the tank. As in money talks. She said there's more people. We had like 25 people, that is part of the good news for me. But she says we have 25 people, and this is people that have money. So the reason why it's bad news for me, well, for one, I've been telling you that I'm going to register, right, as a candidate. I'm going to pay my fee in May. Well, now I don't have to. So that's be the good news. The bad news is that I have to wait until the actual election year. So I could run for something else, but it would be for this year, and I'm not ready for this year. You know what I'm saying? Like I can run for Congress, I could run for Senate or something like that. And, it is what it is, Yeah. It's exactly what she said. And I'm okay with it. But, I wanted to hear some information, right? And she just kind of vaguely gave me some information. And I said, thank you so much, for giving me the information directly. I already know what to expect. I appreciate your time. But remember this, Dennis Herrera, because in the future, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I talked to that guy. Or this is that loser that thought he was going to join the Republican Party. And she just laughed and she says, oh, no, I remember you. You called me last week. And I was like, I never called before. I just found you last night. So somebody must have called in with the same information that I gave her. And as they say, money talks. Now, see, this is what the problem is with being a politician. Being a politician, and this is why you have bad candidates. You want to accept candidates that have money, that got a lot of backing. I get it. You need a lot of money for this and that, right? And I'm just like, okay, that's good. All right. So I get it. So the good news now is that I have a couple of years. So I got this year, 2027, and then in May, 2028, which is, I can't, even if I register right now, it doesn't matter. I have to wait until 2028 because that's when the people vote. So I have a year and a half to kind of get my name out there, right? To be known. So what that means is that I have time to be able to get involved with the community. So now we're going to go ahead and spend more effort into, all right, let's go ahead. I was worried that I only have 1 month left, but you know what? But now it's like we have more time to be prepared. And I'm going to tell you this. If I run, if the Democrats don't want me and the Republicans don't want me, see, there's a reason why people run as a neutral, because they don't want the negative from the right or the negative from the left, and they just want to go right in the middle so they don't get blamed for their beliefs. But you know what? I told the lady, I don't vote. I love Trump. I support Trump, but that's not why I vote for him. I voted for him because of the policies. The policies that we have today in the Republican Party are the policies that we had when I was a Democrat. And so that's the reason why I called the Republican Party. But I'm going to say, can you imagine if I just go in as an independent? I think it would be fantastic. I don't mind that. what's interesting is this. I talked to a friend last night. And, of course, he already told me the same things that this lady told me. This is what campaigning is. This is what the politicians do. This is what they expect, right? So I know I got to get to know these people. They got to be able to see me, do some work. But I don't want to just go do some work because I'm trying to get my name into a party. That's being a politician. I hate doing that. It's like, okay, you don't see me doing anything right now. All of a sudden, I'm serving food at the homeless shelter. It's BS. It's BS. I don't agree with that. So here's the thing. You ready for this? Here we go. So the good news is that I have more time than I thought. I don't need to join the Republican Party committee. I don't need to join the Democrat committee. I can definitely be independent and shoot for Republican or Democrat. And I'm going to say this, even though I don't have experience, because I made it sound like, you should be in the business, so to speak. It's not a business. It's what do you want to do? Why would you want to run for a certain position? And what are you going to do? They don't care. They don't care if your heart is in the right place. They don't care if you have the best ideas. Money talks. And my friends, that's politics for you right there. And I do not want to be a politician, even though I am talking politics. You see the big difference? The phone's on yet. Not yet. All right. That was the good, the bad news, and here's more good news. So now I gotta find a way to open up a charity or a GoFundMe sort of thing. I don't know what the exact name is, okay? Because I've always just been a volunteer, for the church, and and by the way, they don't care about the church. They don't care about any Christian feedings or clothing or any of that. They don't care about that. They care about politic looks. That was disappointing, to be honest. That was disappointing. But again, she probably gets a bunch of calls from a bunch of crazy people that are not serious about it. So I don't blame her too much. But the fact that, they said it doesn't matter where your heart is, that's a big no-no for me. So I don't see that happening there with the Republicans. We'll see in the future, right? Sometimes you have to prove yourself in order to be noticed and in order to be able to be taken seriously. And I get that. I get that. I don't have a problem with that. All right, Ozzy, Billy, Bob, Jason in the house. Jason Martin. Let's see. Robert, big bro, welcome. Brian already say what's up. Of course, Ozzy. Eric is going to behave today, hopefully. Don't want to kick his ass out of here because I know he don't support me. J Money Bags over here crying. I don't know why the hell he crying. Why are you crying? We haven't even done anything yet. Happy Mac in the house. Welcome, sir. General George Washington, 1776. Welcome to the Dennis Herrera Show. Wait a minute. Why is my don't quit sign blocked? What the hell is going on? There you go. That's better. All right, there you go. I zoomed in a little bit. That's what it was. I zoomed in a little bit. Let me see if I make my screen smaller right there. Yeah. Let's move this baby up a little bit more right there. There we go. You guys probably don't even know the difference, but I feel happy about that. All right, who else we got in here? Welcome, General. Rick, of course. Rick in the house. Money talks, Dennis walks. Absolutely. That is exactly what I heard. And it's all good. It's all good. Eric says, I need to introduce myself to the community, and that is absolutely 100% correct. Frostbite wants to know what policies. Well, if you haven't watched my channel before, I recommend that you actually watch my channel. Go to my profile and see what I'm about. But I will share what the policies are. Trump guys are number one. I don't know what that is, Jamar. Let's see. Political parties divide the nation. It felt like it. Ambitious, yeah, unprincipled man to seize power. Yeah, George Washington, man, that's a good quote. And I'm going to tell you something. I think that's what the problem is. That's why I'm telling you, I can't defend Republicans or Democrats. I support Trump again and the Republicans right now because the policies in place are for America first. I really believe that. How is putting America first? Well, first of all, you're protecting our women by not allowing men in women's sports. That's one way. You're looking at the national interest, the national security interest of our country. You are securing the border. That's a policy. To look after the Americans' first interest is a policy. To protect women also is a policy. To put America first also includes making deals, agreements, things that are going to help our nation economically, defensively, etc. So I like that. Now, as a governor, your policies are similar, but national security is one of them. But instead, it's like you could be concentrated more on just your state. And the same thing. I'm not for abortion. I'm pro-life. I believe in cutting taxes, deregulations. I think that all has to do with everything that we're going through right now. We have been hit with people that have played into the emotional side of humans. And what I mean by that is that there's a lot of money hungry, greedy ass people that they say, let's fight the climate change. And all they do is they take all the money from the people to enrich themselves. And that's what it's all about. Hell no, DT. Bro, don't even bring Kamala here, bro. Just please, you gotta find somebody else. You have to find somebody else. There is no way. You know what? There is a way. Every single protester that I saw out there protesting No Kings, they don't know what the hell they're protesting. They don't even remember what their name is. They don't even know where the hell they are. So that's crazy. How can I help these people? They got to help themselves. What do we got? Mr. Mikey, how are you? Good to see you in here, sir. Good to see you on here. The Some Dumb Beat says fear is an emotion. Fear is a defensive reaction. It's something that will either make you coward or give you courage. And that has to do with your mentality. Cutting edge, first one to come in and shine some sunlight into my rainy day. Let's put it simple, brother. We don't support traitors. For example, even for me, what John Thune did the past week was coming from a weak man, a traitor. That word traitor is kind of losing its meaning. We should be putting that word specifically on some things. I know I use it too, but I know what you mean. But we don't want to use the word traitor just to throw it out there like the leftists do. You know what I'm saying? So, if you guys didn't hear, there will be no enrolling or putting my name on the ballot for governor this year. I actually have to wait for the year when people are going to vote. Now, I don't know why they do it that way, but you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. What I was told was that I am still able to raise money. So there you go. Got to raise money. Got to get involved with the community. And, well, you know what? This summertime, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you. Doing this podcast, doing this show is very energy draining. A lot of people have been draining my positivity. They've been draining my energies. And I gotta get back up. I gotta bounce back. And I gotta do it the right way. So, with that information that I gather, I feel a relief to know that there is 25 people out there that are actually running for governor. there's no reason for me to run. Now, of course, my ego says if they can beat me, they can go. I will tell you what, when I spoke about the last couple of candidates that had money, I explained to her the last couple of Republican candidates that ran for governor office. You know what I saw? They had the money, they had the support, but they didn't have what it takes to win a debate. And weak ass Bob Ferguson beat him, mopped the floor with him. How can you let him do that? They got intimidated. They had the answers. They could have beat Bob Ferguson on the debate, and they got almost half of the votes. It's supposedly it's a 70% Democrats, but the Republican got so many votes. All you needed was the right voice. My friend, that is crazy. Ozzy says, Dems use words, but they don't know what they mean. Yeah, no, man. They asked me today, oh, what's the difference between socialism and communism? And then I put the meaning, right, to a couple of the bullet points between socialism and communism, and they were dumbfounded. They were so dumbfounded that their reply was not an answer. It was just, you're dumb. They didn't know what to say. They didn't know what to say. So guess what? I am happy, honestly. I am happy that I can make plans for this summer. Because I thought I wasn't going to be able to have time for anything because I was going to try to run hard. But now I got more time. But I'm happy that I'm able to do more plans to be with my family. Maybe a nice vacation this year with the wifey and the 2 kids. Maybe we'll go to Samoa. Maybe. And if we do go to Samoa, we're going to start building our house. And I hope I get a chance to do it right. Let's see. You know what? It's looking a little bit too blue here. Let me change that. There we go. Little red. Yeah. And, let's see. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right, here we go. There we go. Speaking of the devil, I knew you'd come back. Did you get your notes ready? Did you do your research with socialism and communism, Blue? Here's one of those guys that I was talking about, or girls. I don't know what the hell this gender is. Maybe it's they, them. Who knows? Or maybe it's just some alien with gender fluid. Blues, go ahead. Did you bring your notes? Did you do your research? You got all your leftist talking points? Let's go. Oh man, I gotta break down the news to. I got to break down the news to Berniel because he's been supporting me a lot for this race. But apparently it's not going to happen. All right, socialism is the first step toward bringing communism to power. Mandani is the biggest proof, baby. And we called it. Cotton Edge. We called it. And we said it. Watch. He's going to go to New York and he's going to go ahead and show that he's a communist. And then he decided to name himself a socialist Democrat. But if you have been watching my show, you know what that means. When you call yourself a socialist Democrat, that means that you have 3 ideologies in one. You're a Marxist, communist, socialist. The reason why they choose calling themselves socialist is because socialist is the most honorable sounding. It's not, but it's sounding more honorable, and people fall for it. And that's what they do. They follow that stuff. So I don't like lying to people. But a lot of people on the left, like Blue, loves to hear lies. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh, what is this? So the leftist lunatics, they have a video about communism versus socialism. So they listen to their version of what it means, but they don't want to acknowledge that it's bad. You have to understand the argument that they have. For example, it'd be so easy for me, but not anymore because I have this show, but it would be so easy for me to say, F Trump, I'm going to run for office. I'm already known. The community knows me. The community knows me already. Oh, speaking of community, let me share this on my Facebook. Where's my share? Share? Let's see. Yeah, I guess I can share the link that I'm in, right? Let's see if it works. Let me put this on my Facebook real quick. What's on my mind? I'll tell you what's on my mind. We are live. Yeah. Calling all patriots. That's what we're doing. Calling all patriots. Likes your comment. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? It's all good. I know it's gonna make the the Democrats a little bit happy because they don't want to go against a real candidate. So that's good news for them. Photos allegedly showing Kristi Noem's husband, Brian Noem, cross-dressing in private messages to women have emerged. These people, man. What the hell is wrong with this people? What else we got? Oh, boy. Nope, not doing that one. I like this. Pope Leo says God does not listen to the prayers of those who wage war. Well. Now we know why these leftist people don't do prayer. Because they're always waging war on all of us who vote in a democracy against the person that they hate. Yeah, people think that war is just utter missiles. And no, you can war with your neighbor with hate. And the leftists, man, unfortunately, you guys show that really, really bad. The gate of hell said that the gate of hell will not withstand it. It's hoping for Dennis for governor 2031. I think by then, who knows? If I haven't done anything by 2027, yeah, it's just not gonna happen. I'm gonna get complacent. I'm gonna say, you know what? The Republicans don't want to make a change. They just want to change power. That's not what I want. I don't want power, but I do need the authority to change things around. And I am not willing to go into joining a party, blue or red, it doesn't matter, a party that is just politics, only politician. I never want to be a politician. Socialism is just like saying, just a tip. That's what socialism is. Some of you will not get that joke, but most of you will. So, you know what's coming. You see this coming right here, right? You see it. And the phone is coming, baby. Here we go. Let's go. Let's talk about it. You know, people get so politically correct. Hey, what's socialism? What's communism? Do you even know? Who gives a shit? The facts are that what it causes is what we discuss. So there we go. I'm going to give you guys a phone number to call. By the way, I need to update this message. This message sucks. It just sucks. I got to be able to do something. I got to be able to do something with this. So Noem was cheating on her, what? On his what? I don't know what the hell. I don't know what you're saying there. We don't know. Some dumb says, China says different, Aussie. What does China say? You know what I find very interesting? It's just crazy. Why do these leftist people believe our enemies? They're not friends. Do you understand? They are our enemies. Why do you people on the left love to believe them, but not your damn president? I just don't understand that mentality. There's not enough, there's not enough sparks in the brain. I just don't get it. There's a reason why Jesus in the Bible says no prophet is a prophet in his own land. Yeah, you can hate Trump, but that doesn't make him wrong. And how can you believe somebody that has lied to us for 47 years? Somebody who has been warring against us for 47 years. We just finished the Cold War. That wasn't too far ago. So what? If the people in the world does what President Trump said. Oh, now I know. So blue is not American. That makes sense. That makes sense. So your opinions from now on are irrelevant. Make sure, mods, anything that Blues 525 puts on there gets removed from the chat. I only want people here that are under President Trump's jurisdiction. Who's your daddy? We don't have kings in this country. No kings. But you do have a daddy. Exactly, Ozzy. Get rid of blue. We'll you know what? Let me do it. Where's blue at? Where's blue? Is it gone already? No. Here we go. There's blue. Not my president. Not your chat. We're going to give him a 30-minute timeout. Get the hell out of here. Oh, man. Here, I got a message for you. I got my little lines put together so that I can just throw them in here and just say, okay, bye-bye. And I want everybody else to enjoy making fun of the losers that get kicked out. Let's see, what else we got? Love your channel and the truth you put out. Thank you, World War II. Appreciate you as well. Pamela, how are you? Pamela Hernandez. Pam Hernandez. Sounds nice. Let's see what else we got. Some dumb beats. Are you sure you guys don't like China? Oh, no. I like China. See, here, look. When we talk about other countries, we don't hate the people. We just don't like the corrupted people that run their countries. Like right now, we don't like the corrupted fake Democrat Party because they left the real Democrats behind. You see the difference? We love Iranians, but we don't love the Iranian regime. We love Palestinians, but we don't support Hamas. They're terrorists. We love maybe not. Maybe we don't like Somalia. But they have pirates. They're Houthis. We don't like those people. Something, thanks, Cutting Edge. I think it's time for the dance, bro. I think you took it with that. Something you have to remember every day, Dennis. Almost 50% of the internet comments are bots. Yeah. What Elon did in X changed everything. The other thing that I hate that Elon did is we can't use hashtags anymore or things like that. And so we never know if what we're putting in our videos is even getting to where it needs to go. So let's see, where is my stream boss of the chat? Let me get rid of the phone number first. Oh my God, dude, I got so many things now, bro. I'm gonna have to leave the two little things on top of there, but give it up for Cutting Edge, always owning the chat, always being the chat boss of the live stream. The big boss, El Jefe, El Patron, Cutting Edge, in the house. Sumdum, what's going on, buddy? What you got? What's going on over there? You're talking like a defeated libtard. What's going on? Don't give up on our military so fast. Our military are smarter, wiser, and stronger than you give them credit. Let them enjoy these little small battles that they seem to be winning. The goal is not to win the battle. The goal is to win the war. Even though we're not at war with Iran, we are attacking the regime, and that's it. If we were at war with Iran, that'd be different. Okay? But we're not at war with the people, we're at war with the regime. That's how that works. Let's see. Phone lines available. Anybody want to call? Let's go ahead and talk about. Oh, who's this? Oh, Jason. Okay, I see. Far left. Bruh, Jay. Ah, man. Man. So proud, man. Thank you, brother. Every single one of this young man. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. Man, that's an awesome picture. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. That's a nice gift. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. That's fantastic. That is phenomenal. They look good, brother. They look good. Let's see. All right, guys. So anybody that is on the chat, whether you're friendly with me or not, do me a favor and respect my mods, okay? Because those mods are actually family to me. If they have a mod on, it's because I trust their judgment. And, of course, they can probably make mistakes as well. But, guys, remember, when you call me, but don't block the number. I don't take block calls. It's just we had bad experiences before with people that block their number. They call in and just say some dumb shit. And that's not what I want to hear. I want to have somebody call me in. And why don't we talk about this socialism, communism, and whoever's calling. I'm not going to answer the phone, just so you know. You got to make sure that it's unblocked, okay? All right. Yeah. I trust my mods, so be nice. Be nice to my mods. My mods give you a warning. You got to listen to that warning, okay? Otherwise, we can't have fun. That's how that works. You got to follow the rules. I know a lot of people don't like to follow the rules, but you got to follow the rules. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with Sahar TV. Sahar TV is Israeli, and he's trying to shed some light out there about these crazy-ass Muslims. Not just the regular peaceful Muslims that you may see at the store. Crazy, radical. Oh, somebody's calling. Here we go. Hey, thanks for calling. Who's calling?
Dylan.
Dylan, how are you, bud?
I'm good.
Good.
I was calling because you were talking about the socialism, communism.
Yeah. What do you think about that? What do you see in there?
Well, so it's like, this is my thing, is I feel like if you're working class, you should be for at very least socialism, because that's just workers' own means of production.
Well, I'm a capitalist, but we're talking about the.
So I can understand why you would be for capitalism. You know what I mean? But
hey, what the hell does that mean?
I just mean because that's really where the dichotomy comes between them is because it's like this is the issue with how capitalism works is you to make your profit, right?
Yeah.
You would have to make sure you're really your best way of making profit is by making sure your labor gets paid the least amount as possible.
Yeah.
So that you can
sure.
The most amount.
To start off, at least, right?
Yeah. And so like that causes this issue where it's like now me as a worker, it's like I'm trying to fight for the most amount of pay I can get,
Yeah.
but it's like I just think it like causes a conflict that's always going to be there. And then like the other issue with like I feel like with capitalism, like we're seeing right now, is it allows a select few to amass so much wealth and power that it's like even if you wanted a democracy,
Yeah.
the ability to actually have it
Yeah.
is kind of a facade.
Well,
You know?
so if you're a socialist, you're gonna be punished if you decide to say, wait a minute. So I work for this company, but they're not paying me what I'm worth. I need to make a living, right? That's the idea, right?
Well,
So
well, yeah,
so
but
socialism will not encourage you to go do your own business and sacrifice the same as the company is. How do you see
well,
that? Do you have an
well, I
incentive?
guess well, like I would have an incentive because it's like let's say it's like because it's like it just means workers own the means of production, like I was saying. So it's like a worker co-op would be part of that, right?
Okay.
So it's like basically what you would be doing is instead of there being a profit thing, those businesses would run as a worker co-op, where instead it's like everyone is making their money based on like what they put in and what they're getting back.
Yeah.
Like there's not another individual taking some of that and counting it as profit for themselves.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
the problem with that is that I have no incentive. I don't want to be a business owner with that mentality. I don't want to be
Well,
able
like, I don't.
to have
There
all
wouldn't be
the.
a business owner, so like right, like a worker co-op, there wouldn't it democratizes the
Yeah,
workplace.
so
There
it doesn't
wouldn't
allow
be
me to
a
grow.
business.
I don't want to come
Well,
up with
like
the best idea so everybody else can take my money. I'm looking out for my family, not everybody else's family. That's the problem with socialism.
well, like I mean, like you're saying that, but it's like if you're trying to take care of your family, like wouldn't you like want to? If there's like a business that could make you and the fellow workers that you need to have it working to make money,
No, I don't
like
care about my fellow
wouldn't you do
workers. I
it?
care about myself and my
Well, I'm
family.
just saying. Well, I'm saying it's like so. Like, would you not start? So, would you just starve instead?
That's exactly what
Would you?
socialism tells you.
Well, no. Social, like I said, it's like I would be joining the worker co-op. I wouldn't have to like, or starting a worker co-op with other people, like to take care of myself and my family, right?
Yeah. So
That
who has
also,
to come up with the idea?
well, like really, like any idea. Would you say like I know yours is like a hosting. I'm not trying to degrade or anything,
No,
but
you're
I
good.
could see
You're
like
good.
the planning of it could be a little bit quicker. But I would say most things usually take multiple people to really come up with anything like
Yeah.
that
I,
and
I I
set it
think
up.
I think that we should have
You
the
know,
freedom, right? We're free people, right? So if we're free people, I think that those who want to be socialists, they can go ahead and gather together and create a business that will benefit socialists. But I believe that you should allow people that want to make a business with capitalism to allow them to do their thing. I'm okay with that.
like I mean, like I'm like when I say I'm a socialist, it's not like I'm saying I'm gonna like force a thing, but like what I would be doing is wanting to push like the banking system and stuff to do more of a focusing on like worker co-ops and things like that. Like
Yeah.
right now, everything is centered around capitalism and capital. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
So it's like there would need to be things changed just to at the very least even it. Really,
well, I
like
always I always put an example of Venezuela because as a Hispanic, we learn about South America and Central America. And I can tell you that Venezuela was actually pretty good as conservatives. They were capitalists.
well, well, yeah, but that's also like they didn't get the mass amount of sanctions because private companies in the U.S. were in control
Yeah,
of
but
their
that's
oil.
because they chose to be communist. That's the
Well,
problem,
they
and
chose to
there's a
well,
thin line.
yeah, well, they chose to nationalize their oil, right? Which it's like like
No,
Norway
they
does it,
became
like
literally they became communist, and they
well,
didn't want to be with us because we're not communist.
well, yeah, but if you think like so do you think like we're just doing sanctions? So wouldn't that be us fighting against freedom then? Like if we're doing sanctions just because they decide to be
If we give
communist?
them a sanction, it's because they're helping our enemies, and we don't want our enemies to be
Like
allying
like who
against
were they
us.
helping that were our
Yeah,
enemies?
China, Russia, North
Well, like
Korea. North
no,
Korea hates us,
well
bro.
actually. Actually, most of the trading with China, especially how far China is, like really that most of that trading started after the sanctions, just because it was one of the few places that they could trade with once the sanctions got put in
Yeah, well,
place.
there's a lot of history, but I can tell you that the system
Yeah.
that Venezuela changed to was socialism, and
And then they got
socialism only
sanctioned.
works. Yeah, but see, look, socialism only works. Uh, I think it works even in a small area. It can still fail if the leaders are corrupt.
Well, I mean, China, like if we're gonna like go with that thing, it's like China is like the next superpower.
Well,
You know
right
what I
now they
mean?
say they're
So,
rich,
and they're
right?
massive.
Okay, so who is
What?
rich in China? Let's see if you know. Who is rich in China?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like
It's the
like
same as California. Who is rich in California?
the owner class. Like what do you like?
No,
What
the
do you, what do you
government.
mean?
The government's
Oh,
rich, but the people are
oh,
broke as hell.
well, they have a higher home ownership rate than
They got the
us,
highest
and
poverty level in the country.
yeah, but they're also the reason why the world's poverty rate went like got raised up. Like they started at a pretty low base and it's not nearly
They
as
just
worse.
lost Texas. Texas. I just read a comment. California just lost $61 billion in less than a year, and
Well, yeah,
they're super
everybody
house.
needs
They're a
money right
superpower,
now.
right? There's the large economy, but they just lost
Well, I mean,
$61
I
billion
mean,
dollars.
everybody's
Go ahead.
like that one. That one goes into the, like you could argue about like how our policies are going with those things. Though, like I mean, like Mastercard and Visa are
Yeah,
possibly losing like Europe, which is going
yeah,
to be like again a bunch of us losing money.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can't really put all those things on like just whatever their thing is. Plus, like what I'm saying is just we can see that it must work somewhat at a bigger scale because China has a lot larger population than us,
Yeah, billion,
right?
billion four, I
Yeah,
think.
so it's like I can't be like no, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't work. It's like clearly it does work somewhere.
Yeah, it doesn't work
Um,
because the people suffer. The government can have a good time, but the
well,
people
I mean,
suffer.
people suffer here too. You know what I mean?
Not like China.
Uh,
China
uh,
don't have the freedoms we have.
I don't. They have a
What stops you
like
from being wealthy right now? It's not the rich man.
lack of capital.
Okay, so how do you think the rich got rich? You think everybody was born rich?
Lots of people were born
Yeah, but
rich.
not
Yeah,
everybody. I know people
like I would say,
that have been janitors that
like
are
I'm
rich
just
right
saying,
now.
especially if we're looking at like the billionaire rich, it's
Yeah.
like like I mean, I guess maybe Kanye West, but like
Here, I'm going to ask
the,
you one question, and this will answer why socialism is bad. Okay. Now, before I ask you this question, I'm going to tell you this. In a capitalist economy, people are incentivized to go work for themselves or to work overtime and sacrifice family time to create and amount wealth. Okay, in a capitalist country or republic,
well,
in a system. Okay, now I want you to know
all right,
this.
I'm gonna keep
So
going. I'll
yeah, let me finish. So you have an incentive to want to be wealthy, and nobody's stopping you. And if you need help, you want to make an income to be sustainable for that company to continue to go on. Now you can provide 10 jobs, 100 jobs. As the business grows, the way capitalism works is if I have a business for $100,000, it costs me $100,000 to build this business. I better make 200,000. And if I got $200,000, I better make $400,000. I need to be able to multiply that money. You know why? Because there's going to be a rainy day. Business will be slow. There's going to be a lot of things that insurance doesn't cover, and the company has to have that money. You can be a billionaire. I'm going to give you an example.
but don't
Facebook,
workers need
Meta.
rainy day money
Hold
too?
on,
You know what I mean?
hold on. You have Meta stock is just dumped right now. Why? Because $20 billion was taken from it from people that don't even deserve it. People that said, oh my gosh, Facebook made me addicted. $20 billion gone. How many socialists can give $20 billion? None. They whined for $11 billion. So here's the thing. The capitalists have a lot to lose, but they're incentivized that they got to take a risk. They got to take a chance, and they're going to
Let's
make money. Now, let me ask you a question and see if you actually get this right. Why do you think that socialist Democrats, their answer to every economic problem is raising taxes? Why do you think that is? Let's see what you got.
Well, because it's like, again, it's like one thing is taxes do need to be raised on.
No. That's not. No, that's not an answer. So why do socialist Democrats, when they need money, all they can do is raise taxes? See if that makes sense to you.
Well, because you're asking like, how does the government get money like without causing inflation? So it's
No.
to avoid inflation while doing spending.
Well,
we live in a fiat system.
sure, yeah.
Well,
So
we live in a fiat system.
yeah,
it's
but
not like
but
they
you have
can't
to.
just print the money.
I want
right? You know what I mean? They don't need to get.
I
The money
want
from
I want
anybody,
your
really.
brain. I want your brain to give you the answer. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm giving you
Okay.
an answer. Like what I'm saying is like.
So here's
because
another
the fiat
question for you.
system, if you can't print the money unless you want to cause inflation.
No.
You have to
Okay.
get
So
money out of
here's the
circulation.
reason why I ask you the question. I'm going to give you the answer. Okay. The reason why socialist Democrats raise taxes like there is no tomorrow, it's because they only know how to take somebody else's money to give it away, but they don't know how to create their own wealth. That is the
Isn't
answer.
That kind of what a capitalist does?
No, because if there is no
Yeah,
capitalism
it's
right
like
now,
labor values,
okay,
right?
I have
Like, it's
this
like
is the this
your
is
only way to make your money, right?
wait.
Your
Don't-
workers is you have to make sure they produce more than what you pay them.
Yeah, but that's
right?
the lazy mentality.
So,
That is the I'm
no,
entitled to money.
That's just the basic of the economics of it.
Okay, so what happens? What happens when there is no capitalist and all the businesses go away? How is a socialist going to get those taxes?
Well, if there was no business, like I
Yeah,
don't think
there's
you
no
have to
money.
worry about
Yeah,
it.
there's no money.
They
So what do socialists do?
print money.
No, you don't print money. You don't have that right.
Yeah.
No, you don't
Oh,
print
I don't
money.
have
You
that
or you
right.
want to okay,
What
so
do
you
mean?
want to become
What's
like
the government?
China.
We all print money. Well, I mean, we print money.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
because we have the capital to back up our money.
Well,
But if you have no
like,
capital
there's
to
nothing
back up your
backing it
money, you
up.
can't
Like,
just
no,
print
no,
money.
It's not. Like,
Besides,
it's not like a capital.
who-
backing it
who
up.
prints
You know,
money?
That's the reason why I was like talking about the petrodollar thing.
Yeah, but who prints money?
The
What
Federal
what
Reserve.
brand exactly? And who's the Federal Reserve? Are you a Federal Reserve as a governor? Are the state the
No.
Federal Reserve?
But, like,
No.
from
The
a
answer is
federal
no.
level,
So the only
government,
people that can
like,
print
Federal
money
Reserve government, right,
is the federal government, and that's the president.
is the federal government, and that's not the capitalists,
Yeah,
right?
but that's the president. He's a capitalist.
Yeah. Well, but I'm just saying it's like president could be whatever. It's still just printing the money. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, it's like you seem to be thinking like they have to do those taxes to to get that money to then spend that money. The only reason why we do taxes is to take money out of circulation because we just print.
No,
money.
the only reason why you do taxes is because you can steal it from somebody else that has earned the money.
Why do they need to steal it if they can just print it?
Well, that's what they're doing.
Well, I just mean like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like it's like if they can just print it, why do they need to do that?
Well, if it was just as easy as printing money, that'd be fantastic. But that's not how it works.
Well, it is.
No,
but
it doesn't.
It's like the only reason,
No, that's not how it works. You don't just go, oh, the socialist mentality is worse than I thought. That's not how it works. You got to provide a service. You got to be able to create jobs. That's how you get taxes
The government
collected.
literally just prints the money. The government does just print the money. That is how it works.
No, it's
And the thing
not.
is, the reason why you want
That
to
is
do
one
taxes
way.
to
That
get
is
money
one
out
of the things that
circulation.
happens. But that's not how it
And,
works.
Well, I mean, ours, that is how it works. Fiat system, that's how it works.
You're
Fiat
lost
system,
in a
you just print money.
socialist
It's
mentality.
not based on anything. The only thing that really gives our dollar like its massive value right now, like a big thing, is the petrodollar.
That's
So
because
it's
you're
like-
listening to that from the news, but that's not the economy. That's not everything in the economy. If socialists keep taxing people, nobody's going to want to work for them. Why should they? No, they're thieves. Do you know why? Do you know why we're independent from the Brits? Why are we independent from the Brits?
Because they were saying no taxation without representation.
And that's exactly what socialist Democrats are doing.
Well, except they're doing it with representation, right?
No, bullshit. They're doing it unconstitutionally.
What do you mean?
Well, for example, you're supposed to, the people, right? This government's for the people. The people are supposed to vote what taxes are accepted for sales tax, state tax, all these taxes. When the government bypasses the vote of the people because that's the only way they can raise the taxes, that is stealing the money from the people.
Well, I mean, like, that's how, like, federal taxes have always.
Before 1913, we don't have taxes and the country was rich as hell.
1913?
Yeah, and that's not socialist. That is actually a capitalist economy.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, 1913, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that was,
Well, that's why I was giving. That's why I was giving you Venezuela.
I mean,
Venezuela's right
You
now.
can't even say like yeah, we were doing well, but we were definitely not one of the superpowers or anything.
Well, that's why I gave you Venezuela. So what happened in Venezuela? Since you cut me off on that.
Well, like I said, like they got a bunch of sanctions slapped on them.
Bullshit. That's not the reason.
Well, yeah.
No, I think you need to go look at Venezuela's economy, how it went down.
I just mean
All right, bud.
like,
All right, that's enough time for you. I got you 17 minutes. We'll agree to disagree.
Else in the world. Like, that's crazy.
We'll agree to disagree. Thanks for calling, bud. They will never give me the answer. Socialists don't create jobs. Socialists only take money from those people who do create jobs. Socialism doesn't exist without capitalism. Look at AOC. I'll give you a big example. She's a socialist, she says, and yet she benefits 100% from capitalism. Tax the rich merch. That's not socialist. How come AOC is not giving millions of dollars away? How come Bernie has millions, but they don't share it? Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell me, why do you have Ilhan Omar with $30 million worth? How come she doesn't give that to the people? And I'm not talking about Somalia. I'm talking here in the States. If you're a true socialist, Mandani is making what? 200? What is the salary? 200 something a year for the mayor? Why doesn't he give that and spread it out through the poor people? That's what socialism is. So any position that the politicians have right now, that's capitalism. Because they don't have a company that is socialist. They only have positions as representatives, as senators, because they are benefiting from a capitalist. Think about it. If you love socialism so bad, hey, Billy Bob, I don't appreciate that. What the hell is wrong with you? Is that how you treat your friend? Is that how you so you're not my friend? Is that how you treat me? Because I don't appreciate that. Don't be a jackass on my channel. And you're from Washington, so that's a damn shame. So that's my point. Socialism does not create jobs. Period. It doesn't. Nobody's stupid enough to put all of the effort to invent something so that somebody else can take it away from them. You think I want to sit here with like 12 people? Nobody has an idea how to make money. And because I found a way to make money legally, now I got to share it with these lazy mofos? Hell no. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. So I can't, if I don't get answers, he just kept going around in circles. You can't make excuses. If you're going to tell me that you're a socialist, show me how it works. Here, how about this? I'll help you out. Bye. Bye. I told you to respect my mods. You can enjoy the libtards. Mental illness is a problem. I get it. But we have this next generation of youth in their 20s. They are the future, and they don't know recent history. They don't know old history, but they don't even know recent history. You see what I'm saying? I said, okay, let me talk about Venezuela. He took me away from the subject. Okay, I got you. I'm trying to give him a benefit of the doubt here. We talk about Venezuela because I said, they were conservatives before, and they were working with us, and they decided to be socialist, and then they turned into communism, and we don't want that shit. We don't want nothing to do with them. So we got to sanction them to stop that cancer from growing. It didn't work. And we've been itching to get in there and change something, but nobody can do it. Nobody has the balls to do it. And instead, they decided to hurt us by sending us the worst of the worst and sending all those drugs coming to the States. Why? To destroy us. It's simple. China has been eroding our economy. Hundreds of billions of dollars every year we were losing. In the meantime, China's economy is getting back up. Not the people. China's government economy is going up. Their socialist communist created this whole town with a lot of apartments. All the Chinese people invested all of their money because this communists that they have in China, they don't care about the people being prosperous. Now, anybody can hate. Anybody can hate a capitalist government or country or economy. But at the end of the day, the way I'm looking at, if I have a person that makes $50,000 a year and they make a company, do they deserve to make $250,000 a year themselves if they give every employee $50,000 a year? Absolutely. The harder you work, the more you're rewarded. Yeah, they forget that Venezuela became socialist with Chavez. Yeah, with Hugo Chavez. Absolutely. And then later communist. 8 million people have left the country. Absolutely. We know this. Yeah, if socialism is so good, why'd they go? It's just like saying, right? Well, if Mexico's so good, why are you here waving the Mexican flag in the States? Because only in America you can make money. In a communist country, you can work your ass off and you still be broke. Unless you cheat and steal and become corrupted. That's the only way that people get ahead. The movie industry, acting, there are certain jobs that pay you beyond what you will get paid if you have 5 jobs. Look at failure Robert De Niro. Look at failure Robert De Niro. He couldn't even read his own script. What a shame. Some people should just retire when they're in their peak. You know what I'm saying? He hates Trump, but he doesn't know why. Hey, uncle, what's going on? He hates Trump and he doesn't know why. So just so you guys know, I got a message from YouTube. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can show it to you real quick. Okay, I gotta block some guy. Hold on. This guy's gotta go. Where is my messages? Okay, it has to be in here. It says we have a problem with feeds not getting the number of views that they're supposed to. The lives are showing a wrong number count. We're working on it. There's another one. Where is it? Yeah, I replied to the message already. Yeah. All right, I can show you because the other message that I wanted to disappeared. But anyways, so I take this call from this guy about socialism, communism. We'll take a break from that, and we're going to go ahead and jump into what I was going to show you, the video from Sahar TV. Okay? Now we're going to share him and then I got other stuff that I wanna share with you. So hopefully, let me see, what time is it? Okay, yeah, I think we might have time. All right, let me see. Jason, who is you? It's told you attention to support this channel. Guilty as charged. Has gas even been below $4 per gallon in California in the past 20 years? That's a good question, bro. I know why I left California, but that's not what I'm going to talk about. Let me see. Hold on. Let me put this on my description. If you guys haven't visited Zahar's TV, he actually has some good stuff. But, you know, take everything with a grain of salt, right? It's not always going to be everything that you want to hear. All right. I don't want interruptions. All right. So here's an introduction. And this is something that he's going to share about Muslims. Not the good ones, the bad ones. So try to pay attention so that we can get on the same page.
Why have we gathered here? Oh, okay, mashallah. We're going to convert the church into a masjid.
That's why I'm running for commissioner. That's why, inshallah, we need more Muslims إنهم ينتخبوا commissioners, senators, congressmen, whatever, you know, political, in cities, in the big.
And just so you know, I don't know when this changed. But I believe that there was a time, especially in the 90s, I heard that there was a rule that we cannot allow Muslims to be in government. And it's not because of freedom of religion is being infringed upon them. It's because they are a political movement. And they believe that their law supersedes every country's law. I want to be clear, okay? All right.
Government, small government, you know, you name it.
In Dearborn, they already have control.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Hey, Sar, why are you showing a video from Mecca? No, this isn't Mecca. This is Brooklyn, New York, at 5 a.m. Okay, look.
Please step aside, because the last hope for America is in Islam. We are the ones that will remind them of the truth. We will bring Sharia to your chicken. We will bring spices into your kitchens.
How you doing? This is Sahar TV and welcome to the Islamification of the United States of America. In today's video, we will show you videos from the United States or outside of the United States, showing you the grand scheme of the Islamic invasion, how they're planning to do it, and more videos, just day-to-day life videos. Let's watch. So in this video right here, these two men are saying we need more Muslims in political positions so we can actually affect policies. We're already doing it in Dearborn. We need more figures. Watch.
Quran and Sunnah, which is Sharia. We will
If there is a contradiction between the Constitution and Sharia.
Yes. The way that we will deal with that, inshallah, is through the electoral process. We will run candidates, inshallah, wherever Muslims live, and inshallah we'll get to...
You're not the majority.
No, that's what I'm saying. We will have, inshallah, not yet, but we will have. That's why I'm running for commissioner. That's why, inshallah, we need more Muslims إنهم ينتخبوا commissioners, senators, congressmen, whatever, you know, political, in cities, in the big government, small government, you know, you name it.
In Dearborn, they already have control.
Yeah, Dearborn, where are you going now?
You'll see in Dearborn, they already have control over the city.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible. You know, it will take time. That's why the strategy is a long-term strategy.
Quran and Sunnah, which is...
You know, in Dearborn, they already have control over the city. You know, it takes time, but it could be done. Right to your face. They'll get involved in your politics, and then once they do, Allah Akbar, Sharia is the grand scheme goal. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Hey, Sar, why are you showing a video from Mecca? No, this isn't Mecca. This is Brooklyn, New York, at 5 a.m. Okay, look. Take a look at these Muslims going to pray inside a church. You have your own mosques. Why don't you go pray there? They have to show dominance. They have to go inside the church and show you that you don't control the churches anymore. They can pray.
And they're laughing at you Christians. If you are a Christian, they're mocking you. And you letting them in your house. They're not there to work with you. You're letting the devil inside your house. These are not the kind of Muslims that I support or like.
There whenever they want. Watch.
So this is what we're doing. So we're praying at churches now. That's what we're doing, Sheikh. Astaghfirullah. Look at the brothers lining up at the church. Sorry, brothers. So where are we, man? We at the church? Y'all praying at the church? Y'all praying at the church? What are we doing here, man? Why have we gathered here? Okay, mashallah. We're going to convert the church into a masjid. Okay. Y'all was scaring me for a minute.
They're converting the church to a masjid, to a mosque. This is the beginning steps.
If you don't protect your land, if you don't protect your property, if you don't protect your beliefs, the devil's going to take them from you. It's that simple. You can be loving, but you can kick ass while loving as well. I wouldn't allow them in a Christian church. You know what they do to Christians when they come to the mosque? They kick them out. That's right. They kick them out and they get away with it. And they can come into the church and insult the sanctuary in a Christian church. Unbelievable. If I was the pastor in that church, I would have kicked them all out.
To create an Islamic Sharia America, United States of America. Yes, come, welcome.
Hey, beginning stages.
The best content out there for you. Thank you so much. Back to the video.
I need to set up that buy me coffee thing.
This imam in Michigan has a message to Americans. Have a listen.
They want to show us morality. You want to teach me how to be refined? Excuse me. You are the ignorant and I am the knowledgeable. Please.
Yeah, why don't you start by saying no to marrying adults with 9-year-olds? Why don't you start with that wisdom? What a clown.
Step aside because the last hope for America is in Islam. We are the ones that will remind them of the truth. We are the leaders of the world. We are the masters. We are the teachers.
And then they will say that the Jews are the masters. The Jews try to control. But then they go inside their masjids and they say completely different things. We are the masters. All the other religions are kuffar religions. They are Din Batil's religions, canceled religions. But no, to you, the Jews. Listen to what they're saying.
Don't worry about the filet mignon and the unseasoned chicken of the white man that colonized our lands. We will bring Sharia to your chicken. We will bring spices into your...
You white man, you better watch it. Your chicken's going away, black people. Your chicken is going away. He messed up on the color. That's for black people. Fried chicken, baby.
kitchens, mashallah, for you to be welcomed into the wonderful world of the non-colonized cuisine. Allah.
Islam
Allahu Akbar.
colonized a shit ton of land. Shit ton. What do you think Egypt was Islamic? What do you think Morocco was Islamic? Algeria? What do you think Libya was Islamic? Or do you think Iran was Islamic? Absolutely not. They were colonized and invaded and Arabized.
اللهم أنجي المستضعفين في فلسطين اللهم أنجي المستضعفين في كشمير اللهم أنجي المستضعفين في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها يا رب العالمين اللهم لعن الصهاينة المعتدين اللهم عليك بهم فإنهم لا يعجزونك اللهم إنا
Annihilate the Zionists. Wonderful. He's talking about the Jews, of course.
نجعلك في نحورهم ونعوذ بك من شرورهم وأقر عيوننا بنصر وفتح وتمكين قريب يا رب العالمين.
And how about this Dearborn, Michigan imam? Listen.
The word, and with a decree of yours, you will annihilate them. Ya Rahman Rahimin, you annihilated. And you destroyed the likes of Ad and Thamud and Fir'aun. These are the Fir'auns and the Ad and Thamud of today. Ya Rahman Rahimin, we ask you, Ya Allah, destroy them. Destroy them, Allah. Take them off the service of this earth. Ya Rahman Rahimin, Ya Akram al-Akramin.
على القوم الكافرين اللهم انصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين
And humiliate polytheism and the polytheists. Of course, they're talking about the kuffars, they're talking about the Hindus, they're talking about the Buddhists. Islam isn't here to play friends with you. They were never here to play friends with you, and they're literally praying like this.
اللهم انصر عبادك الموحدين اللهم انصرهم على القوم المجرمين.
Religion's funny that way, isn't it? You know, they always try to bring up this Trump kissed the wall, but they dare not say anything about Muslims. Isn't that crazy? The only reason why the devil accepts that religion is because it has nothing to do with Jesus Christ and God, the creator of the universe, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's why they're allowed to not to do whatever the hell they want as a religion. But not all Christians are ignorant. A lot of us know more than they think.
Slay them one by one and spare not one of them. I thought there's no compulsion in religion. Huh?
So when we pray with Christians, Father, protect them, give them wisdom, guide them, teach them love. We teach repentance. We teach kindness, mercy, grace. Their prayers 5 times a day is praying for you to be killed. And people are like, oh, they're just praying. You know why they pray in Arab? Because we don't speak Arab. That's why they pray in Arab. You don't know what the hell they're saying. And those who do know what they're saying, they still follow them. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't speak Spanish, and I can go and say all these nasty things about you, you won't say anything. But the moment that you find out that I'm trying to kill you, that I pray 5 times a day, that you die, that is no longer a religion that gets the right or the freedom of religion in our country. None of these people should be coming into office or any part of government, not even city councils.
اللهم يا ربنا إنهم يجاهدون في سبيلك اللهم إنهم يجاهدون في سبيلك اللهم انصرهم يا رب العالمين اللهم انصرهم على أعدائهم يا رب العالمين اللهم عليك باليهود والنصارى اللهم عليك.
Annihilate the Jews and the Christians. Guys, they're saying it in Arabic, but they'll...
What did I just say? That's exactly what they do. They want, even if you don't believe, listen, the crazy thing is, like, even if you don't believe in God, you are still an infidel, and they are here to kill you. It's that simple. I don't know what else to tell you. It's not hateful, but we got to be realist. We got to call it for what it is. And those Muslims who are peaceful, they need to stand up against this type of teachings. If you know a peaceful Muslim, tell them to teach you their prayer in English and see what they say.
Never say it to your face in English because they need to integrate, right? They need to be a part of you. Listen to the Arabic.
اللهم احصهم عددا اللهم احصهم عددا واقتلهم بددا ولا تغادر منهم احدا يا رب العالمين.
عليك بالصليبيين اللهم عليك بهم فانهم لا يعجزونك عليهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم نصرك الذي وعدت على القوم الكافرين.
Allahumma destroy all the enemies of Islam. Allahumma destroy all the enemies of Islam. May Allah destroy them completely and show in them, show in us the great signs of Allah in their utter destruction, annihilation, humiliation.
عليك بالأمريكان ومن والاهم اللهم أحصهم عددا واقتلهم بددا ولا تغادر منهم أحدا.
Genocide, they say. Genocide, they say. Israel's committing genocide, they say. Did you read that prayer? He said, count them one by one. Kill every single one of them. Kill all of them. And we're going to listen to this free Palestine from the river to the sea? Kill every single one of them. This is what we're allowing in our country. Why do you think, free thinker? You're a free thinker, though. Shouldn't you know why? Why do you think? We have evil running rampart everywhere in our country. The evil ones hide in sheep's clothing, but they're wolves. They're there to destroy you. They're already taking your children's innocence away. They're taking over our country, period. There is no easier way. There is no easier way right now to destroy a country than to infiltrate the government. You go be a Christian and try to join a government from Islam. Zero chance. Zero. Their words are so dark, evil, hateful. As Iran said, death to America. It's no different. If you want to blame Israel for everything that they do to defend their people, go ahead. But they wish Israel dead. And the reason why we support Israel is because they are fighting that evil that nobody else wants to fight. That's why Israel. That's why Israel in my heart. No Muslim should be in any position of government. None. No senators, no mayors, no governors, no Congress, nothing in politics, nothing in our government. I don't know why they don't fight this. This is the biggest fight domestically. The biggest war is here domestically. And I rebuke them the same in the name of Jesus Christ. That's crazy, right? I know Omar knows what they stand for. But that is crazy. They should not be in government. I think, well, no, devil. Jesus, his name is the devil. Of course. The guy with the name the devil says, you're just like them, a crusader. Shut the hell up, bro. Shut up. That's the stupidest thing you can say. But that's exactly how they're acting. Not me. So this is our country. This is a Christian country, whether you like it or not. It's a Christian country. And we have the right to defend ourselves. We have the right to maintain our culture. You know what? You're atheists. You're agnostics. All of you people out there that don't believe in Christianity, you are safe amongst Christians. The worst thing that's going to happen to you, you're going to hear God loves you. Repent from your sins. That's it. These guys pray 5 times a day to kill you. It is unbelievable.
اللهم احصهم عددا واقتلهم بددا ولا تغادر منهم أحدا يا.
That's what they're praying, right? This guy's doing Allah, do it. You know, kill all of them. Don't leave a single one. A repetitive.
Herman Vasquez, you can think whatever you want. You can think whatever you want. If you're not reading what their prayers are, if you're not listening to what they're saying, there's no hope for you. You are dooming your family and their future because you want to play politically correct. Ain't that right, Omar?
Term we've heard from a bunch of imams. Unbelievable. But no, don't listen.
You ever heard of Genghis Khan? You ever heard of Genghis Khan? Genghis Khan was an Ottoman. This is where Omar Slayman is the name come from. Omar. It comes from Genghis Khan. It comes from a Turkish hero from Ertugrul. But Genghis Khan had the same belief that all religions should come together. And that's what destroyed them. Now let's be clear. Genghis Khan was horrible. The guy was slaying people left and right. And he allowed Christians, Muslims, everybody from every religion, because he felt like he needed to know all of these religions. But he didn't count that Muslims will take him out. Isn't that crazy? Edomites? Muslim. It's still Muslim.
To me, right? I'm a paid Israeli Zionist. Don't listen to me. Now, please, listen to what this Muslim is saying. This Muslim from Dearborn, Michigan, in the United States of America. Listen to what he's saying. Good. He learned how to count. Intifada means a violent uprising against.
You read that? Global Islamic revolution to crush American life. Why are they here? Obviously, I know what they want. They want to conquer us, but why are they here? Like, and I mean it in a way of, why do we allow them here? America needs to wake up, bro. It's crazy. We need to wake up. Crazy.
Who? Against the Jews, against the Christians, against the Kuffars. By the way, the Israelis experienced first and second intifadas from 1987 until 1990 and from the year 2000 to 2005, when they chant globalize the intifada or intifada revolution or all of these things. They are calling for terrorism against the Kuffars. Get this through. Now take a look at how aggressive these Somali Muslim women are. Watch. Now, you know what's funny?
They act criminally because of their low IQ. There's no other explanation. Nothing in their mind tells them to be civil. Nothing in their mind tells them to respect the law. It's low IQ. They just laugh. They have no conviction. 100%, Craig. Good to see you. Roberto doesn't even know how to spell I'm Islamic. But I think I understand what he's saying. Yeah, that's not, absolutely, man. I think that they need to amend it to say you have the freedom of religion, but no religion should be allowed to chant death or harm to Americans. And no law of any religion, of any faith, should overrule the law of the land. That's what I think. And with that being said, The reason why we have the moral grounds that we have today is because they were based on Christianity. Whether you like it or not, could be good or bad history. We are not that history. We are different. And the difference is that we condemn Christians that do atrocities like in the Catholic churches and at Christian Baptist churches and Pentecost. We condemn that bad behavior. And they'll be forgiven by God, but they still have to go to jail. They still got to pay the price according to the law of the land. And then may God have mercy on their soul. That's why we say that all the time.
People like to call the Jews the Jewish invaders. You know, just like this Tyler Oliveira guy who called the Jews invaders. Jewish people have been a part of American society for years and years and years. I'm talking about hundreds of years. These Somali women and Somali men who came from Somalia committing fraud in the United States. How can you compare the two? When was the last time you saw Jews trying to burn the American flag? When was the last time you saw Jews saying, we want to build a Jewish supremacy here in the United States? I have not seen one. But you know what I have seen? People claiming that the only thing that will save the United States is Islam, or Sharia is coming to the United States. More and more videos surface as the years go, and we are realizing that this threat and risk is incredibly close to us. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next.
Thank you, Sahar. Appreciate you, brother. I put the link in the description on there so that you guys can find it if you want to watch it. Actually, oh shit, no, I didn't. Oh, I put it on another on my earlier live. That's why. All right, well, it's Sahar TV. Sahar TV. You can go ahead and look it up. All right, hey guys, thank you for subscribing. We're at I don't know this 18,521 subscribers, and I see 73, 66, 80 people on the live stream. Man, this live stream sucks. That's what I think. But you know what? We're going to continue to deliver our information. I don't understand why these people, I mean, I do know they subscribe to my channel so they can come and hate, I guess. But I really am looking for patriots, people that think like us, people that have common sense, people who believe in America first and that understand why we have to fight with Israel, not against it. There is nothing else in our lives that matters more than to actually fight with our friends, true friends. And just because we help them, it doesn't mean they're telling us what to do. I agree with everything that we're doing with Israel. And Israel's not telling me. They're not paying me. They're not convincing me. It's just common sense. It's just common sense. No, Dennis, support you 100%. I don't know what he was saying there. I missed it. Didn't read the second comment in there. Let's see. Yeah, I never said that, by the way. I never said that it's illegal to praise God. Do you not understand the difference? I mean, I don't know, guys. Maybe, you know, see, here's the thing about having a podcast live, right? Everybody behind the keyboard that I can't see their faces, they're very anonymous. They're like Antifa wusses because nobody knows who they are. They put these courageous comments on the chat. But they're retarded. How retarded is the W4V? How retarded is this guy? You saw the difference. We have a freedom of religion. As a matter of fact, I just mentioned it. We have a freedom of religion. But we cannot allow a religion that threatens our life, our way of life, and that has a law that wants to overrule the law of the nation. So I'm asking, how retarded can you be? You got it. Come on, man. Use that brain. Get some critical thinking. Get some common sense in there. Let's just get that going. You know what I'm saying? All right, Jesse Waters, primetime makes a stop at No Kings protest. I like this one. This is the highlight of the leftists right here. This is the highlight. Listen, I want you to pay attention. Hey, Tanya, how are you, big sis? Big hug to you, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. Listen to this. I want you to listen to the people that were protesting. You ready for this? Here we go. And this is just one of the videos of many videos that are out there.
No kings hit Manhattan this weekend, so we sent our very own prince to infiltrate the rally.
No King's Day!
No freaking kings!
No kings in the USA.
No King's Day! Woo!
No King's Day! What are we gonna do to the king?
We're gonna shut him down.
How are we gonna shut him down?
Impeachment.
If there's impeachment, that means there's a Congress and Donald Trump can't be a king.
Right.
Right. Why is Donald Trump a king?
Because he's nuts.
He smells funny.
For real? Is that a question?
Because he has repeatedly overused his
He's trying to abuse this world and try to make this place all about him.
Why are you asking me this? You know the answer.
What's the answer?
You know it.
What is it?
You know the answer.
So many people showed up.
Imagine if they showed up like this for Kamala.
People showed up for Kamala.
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go? Nope.
What is one action that Donald Trump took that is impossible to do?
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you, brother.
Under the Constitution, but he did it anyway.
I can't name specific laws, I'm sorry.
I lost a lot of thought on that.
You're a reporter, so why don't you do your homework? Don't ask me.
Went to war.
Legally, he could do that.
He can? Oh.
Putting ice in our cities.
Legally, he could put ice in cities.
I don't really give about legally.
Rename
of
the Kennedy Center.
Which amendment under the Constitution is he prohibited to renaming the Kennedy Center?
Short circuit.
I refer you to the New York Times 2 days ago. They had a list of 30 items.
And you read it?
I read it, absolutely.
So what is one thing from that list?
One thing from that list is I'm blanking.
I did not fully read it. I've got it. I've read excerpts.
He's trying to run again.
If he's trying to run again, why'd he leave office the first time?
Because he got voted out.
So why won't he leave office now when he's term limited?
Because he's a fascist, that's why. Did you not hear what I said?
But he left
He's
the first
fascist.
Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about...
That's okay, you can just say yes. Okay.
What's going to happen in the midterms?
This is what's going to happen in the midterms.
But I thought Donald Trump was a king, so there wouldn't be any elections.
Don't be so cavalier about that. You're taking this as a joke. It's not. This is you. I don't think you know how serious it is.
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
If he was acting like a king, he'd probably try to jail his political opponents.
Of course he has.
Oh my God, wait. I think Joe Biden might be a king. Who do you want to win the U.S.-Iran war?
Honestly, I can't say who.
You don't want the United States to win?
Not with Trump.
The U.S. is bombing Iran for no reason. I am rooting for the United States to just stop.
So you're not rooting for the United States?
Correct.
Are you happy the Ayatollah's dead?
No. I'm not happy that anyone's dead.
Trump took out the Ayatollah. He took out Maduro. He seems to be the king slayer. You gotta give him credit.
How can you ask that question?
I don't know. I heard he loves strong men.
Do you love strong men?
Well, maybe George Clooney.
Yeah, I'd be shaken if I saw him.
Literally shaking.
We are the families.
Climate families.
Climate families. Do you know who I am?
Well, you a king?
Here's Johnny.
All right.
More prime time. Straight ahead.
Those are the brains. Those are the brains that come into our chat to troll us. I don't understand why they even try. I don't know why they try. This next clip, I'm not going to play all of it, just a little bit. This is from We the Governed. This is a very smart man who does a lot of investigative stuff, and it belongs to a group that actually does a lot of journalism as well. Listen to his take on Washington State. Now, the reason why I'm going to show you this is because we're just switching gears back and forth. I hope that you can keep up. But here in Washington State, there is this very specific person. Well, you know what? I'll let him explain it to you who this person is. But I can tell you that the guy that he's going to talk about is the same guy that said if we tax Microsoft at $1 billion more is nothing. It's just pocket change, he says. Here we go.
My name's Glenn Morgan, and welcome back to another episode of We the Governed. And governed we are, but not necessarily by the most honest people. Now, when I do a lot of these stories sometimes, and I start to dig into very specific stories about some of the corruption in Washington State, it oftentimes gets quite complex, and today's video is going to be one of those videos, but stay with me here because it's going to be worth understanding exactly how is it that we have so much graft and corruption in states like Washington, and nobody's ever held accountable. And I think this is important because a lot of our political leadership is directly involved in some of these programs and operations. And I'm just going to barely begin to scratch the surface in today's program. So stay tuned. You're going to enjoy this. Or maybe you'll be frustrated by it. I don't know which, but that choice is yours. Now, today I'm going to be digging right into Jamie Peterson, who is the Senate Majority Leader. And, of course, the main thing I want to focus on in this story here today is just about how some of this graft and corruption and kind of government's inevitable, just insatiable greed for more of your money so they can be generous is handing it out to their friends and other political insiders. And Jamie Peterson's really become the face, I think, of this program in Washington State. To be fair, just one of them. And let's talk about this because we're basically going to be reviewing how he essentially passes environmental laws that in turn, which he takes that money and helps direct where that money goes, supervising many of the entities that have to spend a bunch of that money. And then he works for a company that actually does the work to implement the laws that he passes, and they make a tidy profit on that. And then, of course, he actually brings home the big bucks at the end of the day when he's done with it. And, of course, there's absolutely nothing shady about this operation at all. Not at all. Just the way government works in Washington State. Now, if you've been paying attention to Washington State recently, you'll know that the Washington State Democrats, from our Governor Bob Ferguson, our dear leader, all the way down to the various leaders in the respective legislators, the representatives and state senators, they have set the fuse for the fiscal and financial demise of Washington State with a wide variety of bills that they've been passing over the last few years. Most particularly the income tax that they recently, with great celebration, passed. So let's get into this a little bit more and dig into the story. Now, before I do too much more, if you haven't liked and subscribed to this video, please do that if you can. If you like stories like this, if you want to conceal stories like this, please do not hit the like or subscribe button because I don't think that the people in government want you to see stories and videos like this. But if you do enjoy actually exposing the truth with what's going on in Washington State or anywhere else, please do that, and it just helps get our videos out there to a wider audience. So let's get back to our dear senator here, Jamie Peterson, and his grifting operation. I think it's important to realize and recognize that he's clearly not alone. We have Representative Joe Fitzgibbons when he's not drunk at the state capitol, who's also participating in this process. He's a kind of a little bit player, kind of a key little bit player. But Peterson really stands out mostly because he's been the face of a lot of these stories and promotion of all kinds of ideas out there. He pretended, of course, as we saw in earlier exposure about how he claims that he just suddenly had an epiphany and wanted to do this income tax, even though he had emails going back many, many years, and these were exposed in previous public records, where he was clearly promoting and trying to come up with a scheme to get an income tax passed. But before the income tax, there was a Climate Commitment Act. And again, the thing to remember about Jamie Peterson is that he's a little bit open at times. Like when put on the spot, he'll say what's really on his mind.
Yeah, that guy actually came up drunk to one of the hearings, and everybody knew that he was hammered. He was hammered. And for some reason, nothing happened. He still serves. It's not a problem. So, when people talk about Pete Hegseth and he's drinking, I just want to buy him a tequila.
And this really comes up back to the pie crust promise statement, where Jamie Peterson, a number of years ago, or a number of months ago, actually admitted on the radio that that they always lie in Olympia, that pretty much every single time that they make a promise, he calls it a pie crust promise, easily made, easily broken. And he basically explains this.
Thank you, sis.
In the context of the income tax scheme, where basically he admitted that when they passed the initiative, approved the initiative in the legislature that said no income taxes in Washington state, that was just a lie, and he came out and admitted it, as did most of the Democrats in Washington state who voted for that at the time. So because of that, he's just been more open. He's also been, of course, much more open about his approach to parenting, and more significantly, his approach basically getting Washington state to be the parent to your children, keeping secrets from parents so that they don't know when medical experiments and psychological experiments are done on their children behind closed doors, and all kinds of different things that they like to do to your kids when they believe nobody's looking. And of course, he loves this idea about keeping it secret from the parents so nobody knows. And he's come out and made some pretty crazy statements about that, making national news. But that's really not what we're talking about today, not his pie crust promises, the lies, or anything else. We're really going to dig into more of this grift, and let's just focus on one of the key stories here, which has mostly to do with the Climate Commitment Act. Now, I will point out that Jamie Peterson, in this video today, he's essentially the face of modern grift in government today. But it is also important, again, as I'm going to reiterate, that he is not alone in this. He may be the face of corruption and grift and graft in Washington state, but he isn't the only one. But to understand how this grift and the internal corruption and self-dealing that occurs in government happens, you really have to understand the climate.
So I wanted to show you that because this is the Democratic government, and if you know what, if I am not meant to be in politics as a governor, I'm gonna tell you, I won't go for it. But the fact that this government is corrupted, I am more than willing to fight for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to give it everything that I got, and I will get experience. I will get out there. I will get known, etc. And we're just gonna push through it. Let's see, what is this with President Trump, what he's doing. First of all, I love what he's done so far for the country. Let's take a look at this.
Your thoughts on President Trump's crackdown on illegal aliens?
I mean, with President Trump, what he's doing, first of all, I love what he's done so far for our country. I think he's helped our country a lot. In terms of where he stands with that, I think, I'm a firm believer because I have family members and I have people that are immigrants. I think, I believe, for those that do the thing the right way and get the papers, I think they should be taken care of first and foremost. I think it's the right thing, right? I think that's the right way of going about it. But yes, do we have some great, brilliant minds of people that are in the process of getting their papers or in the process of they're in the in-between stage? I totally understand. I think I think it should be case by case on the right people. So I understand where he's coming from, but for me, I think it varies depending on who the person is.
Bit more nuanced for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Black people like what he's doing. Yeah, I don't know why you'd be proud of that, BC. I mean, I know you're probably trolling, but why would you be proud? Like, you can say, I'm a Democrat. Okay, sure, me too. But why would you be proud of what they're doing right now? Everything they're doing is against Democrat beliefs. Everything that they're doing is against Democrat beliefs. So the fact that they've been lying to us for so many years, that doesn't mean anything to you? The fact that they're destroying our economy, that doesn't mean anything to you? The only thing that people can see on the left is Trump is destroying the economy? Is that right? You watch the videos of the rich people leaving blue states. You see the stats of billions of dollars being lost in revenue from these blue cities and states. Here in Washington, we're seeing a big out-migration. And people still support these people. I don't understand why Anybody in their right mind would say, I am proud of being Democrat right now. Nobody should be proud of being Democrat. Not one person.
By Donald Trump and Kash Patel to interfere with the California election. Why am I, Eric Swalwell, the only Democrat they're coming after? Because I'm in the lead. Because of the surge in support my campaign.
No, it's because you slept with a Chinese spy. That's why. And I don't know why they waited this long, to be honest. There's bigger fish to fry. I get it. But honestly, he shouldn't even be serving at all.
Has recently received. And because, most importantly, what they really fear is.
I'm sorry. Was he shaking Chinese people's hands? Oh, man, let me double check.
Why am I, Eric Swalwell, the only Democrat they're coming after? Because I'm in the lead. Because of the surge in support my campaign has recently received. And because...
maybe that was just coincidence?
Because, most importantly, what they really fear is someone in Sacramento who will block every cruel thing they try. They think if they can sneak 2 Republicans past the June 2nd primary that they will have a Western White House. But the White House doesn't get to choose the next governor of California. Californians do. And we will win.
Is it Californian American citizens or just Californians or people that live there? Because that's a big difference. Okay. What is it? Conservatives does this video of black women with guns offend you? Conservatives, does that offend you? Nah, it doesn't. Good for them. If MAGA is the majority, why no counter protest? Of course. They got each other's backs, guys. That's what I know.
Structure. Why? Well, the reason's pretty straightforward.
When I look at these people, I'm going to tell you right now. When I look at these people, especially after I called the Republican committee here in Snohomish, you know, sometimes I feel like you have to be a shark to be in politics. That's why they get so dirty. That's why they get really dirty. You know what I was told? That having the right mentality, or what did she say? To have the best intentions, she said. To have the best intentions and a good heart and the goodwill to help people, you will never win. That's what I was told. That's what I was told. And my friends, let me tell you, I have, as of right now, no respect for any politician. Any politician. And the only reason why I will continue to support Trump and the Republican Party is because those are the only people that are trying to do something for our country. This whole, doing this for my country, I believe a lot of them. But the way that the way politics are played, it's ruthless. It is ruthless. And I think that if I do go through with it, it's gonna get nasty. it's going to get nasty. I'm going to tell you, the Republican Party, they did not care that you had the best intentions. They did not care that you want to fight for the people. They said if you don't have money, you're going to lose. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I want to see. I'm going to get my name out there. I'm going to continue to try to push forward and see where we go. Yeah, I support Trump because I feel he's doing the right thing. We need him in office, period. I want to share this video here from a country without borders.
What do you think the basis is for like this mass deportation agenda?
The first question that we have to ask is it right for a country to have borders? I think it is. Right? Yeah. Therefore, if they have borders, is it correct for that country to allocate resources in order to defend those borders and to come up with immigration policy to determine who can come into the country and who cannot? I think it is. But if you accept those two things, then the question becomes, what do you do with the people that violate those laws? And the answer is deportation. We've had millions of people come into the country illegally. Now, some of those people are just looking for a better life. Some of those people are running drugs and engaging in human trafficking. Some of those people are terrorists. Yeah. How do we know who's who? Right? You don't necessarily. It's not like they fill out a waiver before they cross the border illegally. Even if someone has come over illegally and all they want is a better life, is that unfair to the people that are waiting in line who also want a better life that are trying to come over legally? I would argue that it is. I'm not asking anyone to be comfortable with mass deportation. It's not a comfortable thing.
No, it's not.
But by the same token, what are you supposed to do with people who are actively breaking the law in your country? The thing that would make this a lot easier if there wasn't the kind of obstruction and oftentimes violent obstruction of ICE agents trying to do their job.
What do you think the...
Yeah, some of the worst things that are unimaginable have been done with the best intentions. Absolutely. Now, that is a good saying, right? But imagine if you are doing it with bad intentions to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Billy Bob is back. Then as you need millions to run, you have to pay your campaign from your own pocket, not from donors. You know, that's not how it works. That's not how it's supposed to work. What happened to the socialist thing? I thought people believe in socialism. Shouldn't everybody come together and donate money and pay bills together? See, this is where socialism could work. This is a chance. For those who believe in socialism, this is the chance to prove it. Yeah. Also follow Steve Turley. He served our country and Virginia well. Yes, I like him. I really like him. Riquezas Luis. I don't know what that means. Here's a nice clip from Mr. Scott Jennings.
Gavin Newsom's wife. I have a feeling we're going to be saying this a lot, by the way. Gavin Newsom's wife is back in the news. Some recently surfaced audio from our friends on the internet. She said they recently took a trip to red states in the South so they could teach their kids about racism and sexism and bullying, because, you know, that doesn't happen in blue states. It only happens in red states in the South. Let's listen to Gavin's wife. Cut 14, please.
You took your 4 kids on this trip. You're here in Alabama now. Why was it important to you to take them on this trip to red states and learn about the history in our country?
That's a great question. Well, I don't think, or I know for a fact, that we don't get all of this history in our schools, and it's part of, enlivening them, building their curiosity, expanding their hearts, their empathy, so that they themselves can be the change they wish to see in the world and recognize that, we have work to do and that we have healing to do, and so that they can be, use their voices to stand up and speak out when they see pain and suffering and bullying and racism and misogyny around them. And
you want them to see it so that they know.
Did you hear that? So she's taking her children from California to the South. Listen to her. Listen to what she says. Listen to why she's taking them there. White privilege. If this is not a racist, you probably won't meet anyone.
Voices to stand up and speak out when they see pain and suffering.
So by taking them down to the South, they're going to see pain and suffering.
And bullying and racism.
And bullying and racism and misogyny. Not in California, in the South states.
And misogyny around them.
So that's why she wants to... And people want this, man. People vote for this. The poor people vote for this rich assholes. A racist white woman. You understood what she said, all right? Streamlabs got timed out. Listen to what she's saying, guys. Like, I want you to listen to what she says, because there is no way that they are that dumb to say this. And yet, here is his wife.
About the history in our country.
That's a great question. Well, I don't think, or I know for a fact, that we don't get all of this history in our schools. And it's part of, enlivening them, building their curiosity, expanding their hearts, their empathy, so that they themselves can be the change they wish to see in the world, and recognize that, we have work to do and that we have healing to do, and so that they can be, use their voices to stand up and speak out when they see pain and suffering and bullying and racism and misogyny around them. And
you want them to see it so that they know.
I do. I'm a truth seeker. They need to know the truth.
This lady, Jennifer Siebel Newsom, is going to be a real problem for poor old Gavin. I'm telling you right now. We've now featured her comments a couple of times on the show, and the condescension towards everyone else in America is so thick. The idea, we need to take our kids to Alabama. It's the only way they'll ever learn about racism. I mean, these people, they have no, and the thing is, they have no idea how they sound. There's no self-awareness. Absolutely nothing. My advice for Jennifer Newsom and Gavin and the rest of these Democrats is look inwards to these blue states where illegal immigrants are murdering American citizens because of your open border policies.
Well, he's not wrong. He's right. 100%. That is crazy, right? That is crazy, but it's happening. This shit is happening. And I think people just ignore it. That is crazy. NASA live space. "16 minutes of watching inside the NASA space." We're not doing that. Listen, I think I had enough of hateful blue people. I had enough. I had enough for the night. I hope that we have something interesting to talk about tomorrow because we are doomed. We are doomed. Hope to West. Too late. I am out of here. Oh, such a torture. I'm going to go and play my Destiny 2 game for an hour. I'm going to take a break. Hope to West. I'll see you on the next one, brother. Can't deal with the truth, says Michael Bailey. I'll see you tomorrow night, Michael. You can give me a call. It's all good. My love to all of you guys. Thank you for being here with me. Yeah, Mr. Duped. Tomorrow, don't be a coward and call me, okay? You tell me your truth. I want to see where your brain stands. Brian, my man. Burning 47, Hope to West. Steve, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Donna, Greg, all of you guys. Be blessed. Brian, Tanya, especially you, Tanya. Of course, Brian and Robert. Love you all. Have a good night.